Hey guys, the Chief Asch here again today to talk to you about another review for OctoberQuest. Today I'm reviewing a movie that came out earlier this year, late last year, The Witch, which was recommended for me to watch by a professor of mine. And I gotta say, I had my doubts, but dang, if you haven't seen this movie, you need to go out of your way to find it and you need to watch it. It's atmospheric in a really crazy kind of way, but at the same time, like, it's hard to say. You know what's going on, but you don't, because I don't know. The plot's complex in such a way that you have a it's unique in this way. You have like a really good idea of what's going on, but you don't know what's going on. But you were right. it's like you can guess part of it, and then it just like expands, and it's like whoa, and it works really well. The acting is really well done. The cinematography is pretty good. There's a couple odd shots here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. And there's a lot of times where things will happen, and you're just like what the hell's going on? But yeah, it unravels in such a way. It's just odd. It's neat. It's a very awesome to witness, and it has pretty creepy parts, and it has pretty I don't want to say scary parts. And it doesn't really have any jump scares. It's mainly just the creepy atmospheric kind of way, and then it gets kind of like oh my gosh, throughout. So it's not one you really look to be scared, but it's one of those you're just kind of all right, okay. But then it also has like almost like this really dramatic into it plot that you're just really into. It's multi-layered, but the thing is like as long as you hear everything, you don't have to. It's not such an intricate plot where if you're not paying super close attention, you could get it. You could probably, if you're like looking for something to put on in the background while you do something, you can probably put this movie on, still get the plot, as complex as it is, while not necessarily paying full attention. It's well done in that kind of way. It's solid. It's so solid, and it turns out the movie was like critically acclaimed. And so I was talking to Subpar Lobster about it, and he had seen it. He saw it earlier this year and tried to get me to go see it, and I didn't. And I finally did, and I can't believe I missed that movie. It's one of the better horror movies that's come out in a while, and it's definitely something that needs to be checked out. It takes place in colonial New England, and it's essentially like this family gets banished from this village due to speculation of can't even speak today. The town wasn't appreciating the way the father figure of the family was preaching the word of God, so they banish him. They don't want to kill him; they just want to banish him. And in the middle of this forest, the thing is that they come into contact with a potential witch situation or something like that, and it's neat. And there's so much in the plot. I don't want to test on giving it away, because I highly urge anyone who has an hour and 45 minutes to watch that movie. It's very it's neat, and it has almost I always call it like a Tim Burton filter. It has kind of one of those situations going. It's got a very gaunt and dried out look, which is very appropriate for Puritan time pieces for period. I said Puritan, still counts, but like a period piece like this, it works really well because of the dark and drab and the black clothing, and it works, and it ends up being really neat. And it's also kind of cool. So part of the plot has to do with this goat, and the plot with the goat is revealed really early on in like this child's rhyme, and unless you're just like, and I picked up on the child's rhyme, so I was like, okay, that's kind of freaking weird that's something you guys are singing about. It's a little fucked up, and as it goes on, the goat plays a part. It's just like, oh shit, like it was foreshadowing. It's neat how it works, and all of the characters of the family, every one of them, because at first, because the whole thing is there's father figure, mother figure, and then there's oldest daughter, oldest son, and then there's two twins that are young, and then there's a little baby, and every single character from the father figure to the mother figure all the way down to the little baby plays a very key role. Everyone gets a turn at being super important to the plot, and it's crazy how it works like that, because usually when you have a cast of characters, people don't get like a fair share. But I feel like in the family, even the non-speaking little baby had its plot, had a point where the plot was so focused in on its situation that it worked so well, and it tickled me how awesome the movie was. And the funny thing is it's very slow. It's a very slow movie, and but it doesn't take away from the movie at all. You almost like it because it's so slow. It keeps you in it, and some of the situations that come up, they're very like, oh, I understand what's going on. I understand this character's feeling because of this. I can relate, and and sometimes just like, hey, yeah, okay, I get it. And in other times, I can't even say. I really can't even say what I was about to say. It's as Subpar Lobster had said, he was like, yeah, it's like going through tar, but you love every second of it. Like you're moving slowly through it. And that's kind of what it is. And it's very well paced in that it seems slow, but it doesn't agitate you in being slow. You're just like, yeah, okay, you're with it the whole time. It is very well directed in that. It's very well acted. It's very well shot. Everything about the movie is pretty solid. And critic reviews reflect that. And it's kind of a unanimous decision on this movie. So it's definitely, if you haven't watched The Witch, somehow it went under my radar, maybe it went under yours, you need to check it out. Get on here and tell me what you thought about it. If you found some problems that I wasn't able to find, let me know. But man, it's definitely worth the time and worth the effort. And if you don't end up liking it, I'm going to be really surprised. It's a well-made movie, right? So if you're into scary movies, if you're into plot development, if you're into neat and creepy shots, if you're into atmospheric horror, you have to check out The Witch, 2015, 2016. I've seen both dates on it. It was kind of one of those bordered movies. So yes, this you gotta check out The Witch before October's over. You're almost out of time. Oh my gosh, catch it when you can, for real. So this has been the Chief Asch on The Witch for another OctoberQuest review. I highly suggest you see this movie. I've said it like 90 times, but you still haven't watched it because you're still watching me. So you can watch me. We're friends. Anyway, this has been the Chief Asch, and keep watching.